Romare Bearden is richly known for his textured collage art that focused on unity among African Americans. He believed in the importance of Black artists supporting the civil rights movement. Bearden was also a social worker in New York City and spent much of his career working as a social worker by day and as an artist in the evenings and on weekends. So let's go ahead and get started making our own Romare Bearden collage. You'll notice I grabbed two different colors of paint that are analogous right next to each other on the color wheel, and I'm using a large paintbrush to completely give my background a textured look. You'll notice that I'm not trying to leave just one solid or smooth coat of paint, but instead creating texture with that large paintbrush and letting the two colors just mix onto the page. Just letting those, sometimes it looks like purple, sometimes it looks like red, and sometimes it looks like blue. And I like that variety of color into my background. It gives it more of a collaged type textured look to my background. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and set that aside to dry. And while that's drying, let's get started on the musician. When you get started on the musician, you'll grab a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be yellow. You choose the color. And then just go ahead and get started with the body shape, maybe some legs and some arms. And then on the smaller piece of paper, draw out some arms. On the darker colored sheet of paper, I want you to go ahead and make an oval for a head. And instead of you can make two hands. Otherwise, I just folded mine in half so that when I cut out one, my second hand is exactly the same. Again, you can do it the way you want to do it, but this is just a quick time saver piece as well. Okay, now that I've got my two hands, I'm going to go ahead and cut out my oval for the head, and this is a great start on my musician's body. I also grabbed pieces of scrap construction paper, and I just wanted to give my musician a little bit more detail and interest by adding on a bow tie. And I thought, since I have a lot of paper left over, maybe I could make something else for my musician, like a hat. You feel free to make any kinds of details for your musician's body if you would like. Now that I have these pieces set aside, I will cut and assemble them all together. So here's my body getting cut, and then I will do the same for the arms and start attaching and layering the two together. Now onto the instrument. You'll notice that there's a piece of paper that you can use as an idea guide or an idea sheet of different kinds of instruments that you can use to create your instrument for the project. So pencil that in. You'll notice I'll do it lightly until I've got it right. And then once I've got my pencil work done, I will outline it with black Sharpie so that all can see those designs that I want to show. Now that it's been outlined in black, I'm going to use some of this glittery watercolor paint, and that'll just give it a little bit of shimmer, and it'll make it really interesting for the collage work that I've created. Once that's dry again, cut that out and assemble it together. Okay, so on to the fun part of creating the collage. Once you've got all of your pieces cut, it's the assembling part. I'm just going to go ahead and take all of my different pieces, and using my arms that haven't been glued yet, I'm going to start placing those onto my instrument in whatever way that I feel works best for me. Also, before you say you're done or hand it in, let's go ahead and take some oil pastels, and because it's a musician type collage, let's add some of our own design or detail into our work by creating some interesting contrast with black lines and also adding on some musical notes into my background. Again, that whole idea of adding that collage work like Romare Bearden. I hope you had fun creating today's collage work and make it a great art day. Thanks, boys and girls.